Swiggity swag, what's in the bag? Jay here, bringing you guys another top 5 video, and this week I am bringing you guys my top 5 flying type Pokemon because flying type was the type that won in last week's vote. But if you guys are enjoying the series so far and you happen to enjoy this video as well, do not forget to hit that like button, as it does help support the channel, video series, and it makes me a very happy guy. And do not forget to leave your own top 5 flying type Pokemon down in the comment section below, and also down in the comment section below, do not forget to vote for next week's top 5. It is between Rock and Psychic, and keep in mind that this list is fully opinionated, so you do not need to agree with my opinion, but as long as you respect my opinion, I will respect yours. And keep in mind that there will be no repeats on this list, so if there is a flying type that I mentioned in a previous top 5, it's not going to be on this list. But let's go ahead and jump into this list. So coming in at number 5 on this top 5 list is Hawlucha, and Hawlucha is on this list because, well, I mean, first of all, it's kind of funny and it's kind of weird to call Hawlucha a flying type Pokemon, considering that like it doesn't even fly. You can't even use Hawlucha in sky battles, which is very funny. But then again, Hawlucha can't fly. Does it even get fly? I don't think it does. If it does, then okay, that's cool. But Hawlucha is on this list because I like how Hawlucha is a fighting flying type. I love its typing, and I like how it gets an exclusive move called Flying Press that is dual type. It is a fighting type move that is also a flying type move. And I just like the whole wrestler aspect of Hawlucha, and I like how in the anime, Ash's Hawlucha, spoiler alert if it really is a spoiler alert, but Ash's Hawlucha likes to use its wings as like a cape kind of thing, kind of like how I guess Mexican wrestlers, I think. I'm not necessarily sure. I'm not really big on the whole wrestling thing, but I know that there are some wrestlers who have like capes and stuff, and Hawlucha kind of reminds me of that. And then every time I use a Hawlucha and I use Flying Press, I always think of Mucha Lucha, where Buena Girl would use the Buena Bulldozer of Truth, like back in my Pokemon YLP when I had a Hawlucha. Every time I use Flying Press, I would sit there and just say Buena Bulldozer of Truth, because it literally reminds me of that. Hawlucha's design overall just kind of looks like a masked wrestler. There we go, masked wrestler. And it just reminds me of Mucha Lucha, because you know, the entire show everybody had a mask on, and I don't think you saw anyone without their mask. And if you did, it was kind of like shameful for your mask to be taken off or something like that. So everyone always wore a mask, and that's why anytime I ever have a Hawlucha, I'll probably name it after someone in that show, because it just reminds me of it. But Hawlucha is fast. It's very fast, and it hits decently hard. It doesn't hit super duper hard, but it does hit decently hard. But like I said before, I just love the whole wrestler aspect of Hawlucha. Even though it can't fly, it can put up a fight, and that is why Hawlucha is on this top 5 list. So coming in at number 4 on this top 5 list is Pidgeot, and Pidgeot is on this list because, I mean, come on, Pidgeot is the OG bird. It was like the first flying type bird Pokemon, whatever, common bird that you saw throughout the entire region, you know, and it was just a great Pokemon. I liked it when Ash did he catch Pidgey and then it evolved into a Pidgeotto then Pidgeot, or did he just catch Pidgeotto straight up? I can't really remember because I haven't touched the first gen anime in forever, but all I know is when Ash got his Pidgeot and then Pidgeot had to leave, I was very sad. But Pidgeot is that OG bird, and I'm just like, I'm not a Gen 1er like that, but I will say that Gen 1 was pretty damn good, and I will sit here and stand by Pidgeot. I like Pidgeot's little flowing hair. I kind of don't like what they did with the Mega Evolution of Pidgeot, where it has like, it's the yellow part is cut and only has like one gigantic red strand that is like poking out, and its wings are like tinted blue. It kind of looks like Pidgeot is going through like a scene phase or something like that. But Pidgeot isn't necessarily super duper strong, but it just reminds me of Gen 1. It reminds me of when I played Pokemon Red, when I first got Pokemon Red, my very first Pokemon game, and I just kind of went through the game and just beat it, and it was just a very cool experience. And then Ash had his Pidgeotto and Pidgeot for like the longest time in the anime. Well, not Pidgeot, but Pidgeotto for the longest time in the anime, and then it's just like, now he doesn't have it anymore, and I wish he did, but I guess that's why I just like Pidgeot. It just reminds me of the good times in Generation 1. But that being said, not every single Pokemon or every single Gen 1 Pokemon reminds me of Gen 1 the way Pidgeot does, because I don't know, Pidgeot is just, it's just popular, and I just like that about Pidgeot. And I mean, Pidgeot is not super duper strong, like I said, but it's just OG. I repeated myself a lot. Let me go ahead and move on to the next Pokemon. My goodness. So coming in at number 3 on this top 5 list is Togekiss. And Togekiss is on this list because, well, for one, its typing got changed in Gen 6 from normal flying to fairy flying. And we all know that fairy types are dangerous when it comes to Generation 6, okay? You guys know Gardevoir, you guys know Mawile, Sylveon, and Togekiss is also on that list, okay? First of all, Togekiss is bulky. It can take hits for fucking days. It gets Roost, it gets Wish, it gets Moon. Does it get Moonblast? I'm not sure. I know it gets Dazzling Gleam. It gets Air Slash. It gets the ability Serene Grace. It can abuse the ability Serene Grace. You can run a T-Wave Air Slash set and just Paraflinch. I hated Cynthia when she had this Togekiss. Her Togekiss is so powerful. Its special attack stat, nice. It gets Aura Sphere. Okay, so whatever Steel type wants to try to come in on it, that isn't neutral to Steel, gets bopped, or doesn't no, isn't neutral to fighting. My bad. Is neutral to fighting, or if it's immune to fighting, gets bopped. Okay, well, it doesn't necessarily get bopped, but it does take a hit from Togekiss. And I just like how Togekiss is basically one of those Pokemon that is very, very popular for hacks. And even though I hate getting hacked out with Togekiss, whenever I use Togekiss, I mean, I just like hacking people out. And come on, let's be honest, guys. Nappy named a Togekiss JJ after JJ the jet plane because that is my other name for some. Well, I mean, I guess the reason why, you know, my name is JJ the jet plane, so I know the reason why. But it's like, come on, Togekiss. But it's okay though. JJ the jet plane. That's me. So coming in at number 2 on this top 5 list is Staraptor, and Staraptor is on this list because, first of all, let's just talk about Staraptor for a minute. Staraptor's design, amazing. I like it. It just looks like a badass bird. It looks so fucking cool, and I just like that. I like the little what that little hair flicky thing that it has going on into the red tip. I like that. I like that shit. I fucks with that. And not only that, but if we want to talk about movesets and stuff, this thing is close combat. I think this was like what, the first bird that got close combat, and I was like, how does a bird fight? Like, how does a bird punch and kick and get up close to your opponent like that? And then I looked at it in the anime, and basically Staraptor just uses its talons and kicks the shit out of you, and I was like, whoa, that is decent. And then not only that, but Staraptor gets the ability Reckless. It gets Double Edge. It gets Brave Bird. If you don't know what Reckless does, it boosts the power of moves that have recoil, but the recoil is larger. Staraptor is a threat. Choice Scarf Staraptor, threat. Choice Bandit Staraptor, shit, threat. Like, I love it. I love how powerful Staraptor is, and I like how it was just a little starter bird, and now this thing is very dangerous. It's like, you don't want to mess with this thing. So this thing has a nice design, nice moveset. Its stats are mediocre, pretty good. Why am I saying mediocre? It's actually really good. I think its attack stat is like, I think it maxes out to 372. I'm not necessarily sure, but I love Staraptor. Amazing. So coming in at number 1 on this top 5 list is Swellow, and Swellow is on this list because if you guys have been following me since GamerJ TV, which was my old channel, you guys know that I would use Swellow up and down the street, all around the corner, and I would stand by my boy Swellow. Why? Because I'm about to say Talonflame. What? No, because Guts, Toxic Orb, Facade, amazing. It does work. Anything that isn't a ghost, anything that isn't a ghost or isn't rock or steel gets hit pretty hard by a Guts boosted Facade. Okay, and then not only that, but it gets Brave Bird. Brave Bird hits pretty much everything else except for rock types. The only thing that stops Swellow is steel and rock types, so it kind of sucks, but at the same time though, that's why you carry U-turn. And then you have maybe protect or quick attack just for priority, or just protect just to like get that toxic orb activated, and then you can just do massive damage. I will always do massive damage with Swellow, and I even 6-0 someone with a Swellow, and it was just like amazing. I like it, and it's like Swellow doesn't have the highest attack, but the fact that it gets Guts, it gets Facade, and if Facade is Stab, it gets boosted by the status, and it gets boosted by Guts as well. Just makes Swellow a pretty damn powerful threat, and I just love that about Swellow, and that is basically why Swellow is on this top 5 list for this week. And that is going to be it for this week's top 5, you guys. So if you guys did enjoy this top 5, do not forget to hit that like button. And don't forget to leave your own top 5 flying type Pokemon down in the comment section below. And do not forget to vote for next week's top 5. Again, it is between Rock and Psychic. For some weird reason, I have yet to do Psychic types, but whatever. But I'm out of here, you guys. So see you guys next week. Peace!